living a life of sin bound to demons. Imagine a man walking down a narrow road at night. The moonlight barely touches the path, and on either side are shadows, whispering, waiting. At first, he thinks he is walking alone, but the longer he walks, the heavier his steps become, as if unseen chains are dragging behind him. He tries to ignore them. He numbs the weight with distractions, with sin that feels good for a moment but leaves him emptier each time. What he doesn't see is that with every compromise, with every moment he chooses to run from his pain instead of facing it, the shadows grow stronger. They are not just chains, they're demons feeding on his weakness. This is what living in sin is like. It's not just making mistakes. Sin is a spiritual battle. The Bible tells us in 1 Peter 5 verse 8, "Be sober-minded, be watchful." Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Every time you give in without resisting, you're feeding that lion. And soon, it doesn't just follow you, it consumes you. But here's the truth. You cannot live a sinless life. No one can. Romans 3 verse 23 reminds us, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." If you try to carry the weight of perfection, you will collapse under it. That's why Christ came. His blood was poured out because we could never free ourselves. Hebrews 9 verse 14 says, "How much more will the blood of Christ cleanse our conscience from dead works to serve the living God?" His sacrifice breaks the chains we could never break. But here is the danger. Many run to sin as medicine for their wounds. They drink, they lust, they chase pleasures just to silence their pain. But sin doesn't heal, it infects. It is like drinking poison to quench your thirst. Ephesians 4 verse 27 warns, "Do not give the devil a foothold." Every time you numb your pain with sin instead of bringing it to God, you are opening another door for the enemy to walk through. And when enough doors are opened, your sin no longer looks like a choice. It becomes your master. But here's the way out. You cannot fight this battle with willpower alone. You must fight it through relationship with God. James 4 verse 7 gives the key. "Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you." When you seek God truly, deeply, in prayer, in His Word, your desires begin to change. The things that once controlled you lose their grip. Where once you craved sin, you now crave His presence. This is transformation. Not instant perfection, but daily renewal. That man walking in the night, he finally drops to his knees. The chains are still there, but now he cries out, "God, I can't carry this anymore." And in that moment, the chains shatter. Not because of his strength, but because of the blood of Christ. The shadows still whisper, but he is no longer bound, because he walks no longer alone. Your sins do not have to consume you. The enemy may roar, but he is not victorious. If you keep feeding sin, you will be devoured. But if you seek God, if you let His Spirit transform you, the very chains that once held you will become a testimony of freedom.